Yes.
Deep
Yeah.
power? Okay. Sweet. Wait, real quick, Scott, where were you that you were talking about?
The Balkans, the
Nice.
Slovenia, Croatia,
Very
Montenegro.
cool. I bet that
Yeah.
was amazing. Those, it
Yeah. It's
looks
a
like it's
beautiful place.
like beautiful as Europe, like Italy and all those places, but not as packed with tourists.
Yeah. I was surprised by how mountainous it was.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. I've only
Yeah.
been to Croatia of those places, but Croatia is one of my favorite places in the world. There's so
Yeah.
many.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Okay, now we can do yoga, I guess. So I will mute you guys and then I will spotlight me. I believe we're on deep power today. So deep power it shall be, slow and steady. Go ahead, find a comfortable seat if you're not already there. And if you want to, you can just kind of move a little bit, stretch a little bit. Maybe you want to twist or reach your arms up. Anything goes. And then eventually just find stillness. Close your eyes. Rest your hands intentionally. And just start to become more present. Just more aware of your own body, your own inner space. So start to notice, how do you feel? How does your body feel? How does your breath feel as it rises and falls, expands and contracts inside of you? Next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you can and hold at the top in fullness. Maybe even an extra little sip. And sigh it out. If you want to, you can do that one or two more times on your own. But then eventually just start to drop into your ujjayi breath. So ujjayi. In and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. And see if you can start to create that whisper noise as you breathe. That oceanic sound. So letting your breath become your anchor to this present moment. And then keep this connection to your breath. Keep your ujjayi breath flowing. And just start to add some arms. So with your inhale, reach your arms out as far as you can and all the way up as high as you can. And as you exhale, reach your arms out and all the way down. So moving meditation, just back and forth. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, slowly lower down. And see how much awareness you can bring into just this simple movement with your breath. Then we'll start to add on just a little bit. So next time you inhale, arms reach up. And as you exhale, turn to either side. Reach one arm forward, one arm back. Turn using your core strength. Inhale back to center. Same thing, and turn to the other side. One arm goes forward, one arm goes back. Feel your core and use it to twist. Inhale forward, reach up. Exhale, twist. One more time on the other side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to the ground in front of you and come onto hands and knees. So tabletop. And start to move any way your body wants to move. Cat cows, hip circles, child's pose, anything goes. And then let's say in your next 3, 4, 5 breaths, so take your time here. But eventually, let's find our way back to a downward facing dog pose. Back in your down dog, just give yourself a moment, kind of walk it out. Pedal out your heels or maybe shift your weight from side to side. See if you can really find that connection to your center that lifts you up. Big, spacious ujjayi breath. Let's take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, just look to the top of your yoga mat and however you want to get there, forward fold. Once you have arrived, hang out in your forward fold for a few breaths, maybe a ragdoll, maybe bounce or sway or bob. And with your next inhalation, let's come to a halfway lift. Inhale. And then as you exhale, hinge from your hips and rise all the way up. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, dive down slowly. I'm going to have us come up weird like that every time. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, unhinge at your hips, come all the way to stand. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's try that one more time just to get used to it. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive down slowly. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Connect to your center, and with your exhale, be with your heart all the way up. Inhale, arms overhead. Hands to heart as you exhale. You know, it's a little bit funky. Inhale, reach up. Take a side body stretch. You choose. You can go either side first, and you can take whatever variation you want. Give yourself a moment here. Just reaching, lengthening through one of your side bodies. Breathe into it. And then with your next inhale, back to center. Arms reach up. Switch to the other side as you exhale. Lengthen and breathe into your long side. Find all that space in between your ribs and your waistline. One more round. Inhale back up, arms reach. Exhale, dive down slowly into your fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, and guess what? We're going to move straight into a side plank. So right hand is your base, roll onto the baby toe edge of your right foot, left arm to the sky, and you are more than welcome to bring your right knee to the ground if you want. Lift your hips as high as you can and maybe reach your left arm forward, maybe even float your left leg up. So find your personal fullest expression of your side plank in this moment. Give it one or two more big deep breaths. And then slow transition back to a plank, top of a push-up. Inhale and push the ground away slowly as you lower all the way down, strong straight line. All right, rest on your belly. So forehead down, reach your arms forward and your legs back. And keep your forehead resting, but just lift your right arm and your left leg. Right arm, left leg, so they're hovering above the ground. Now imagine you're trying to lengthen them, grow them longer. Reach through fingertips, reach through toes like somebody's pulling on your wrist and pulling on your ankle. Take one more great big huge breath, inhale. Exhale, release, and do the same thing on the other side. So left arm, right leg lift. Your forehead is still on the ground. Your arm and your leg are hovering. Go for length, so not height, but length. Reach, 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 lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Pull yourself apart. Take one more big, huge in breath. Exhale, let it go. Now bring your hands to frame your mid-ribs. Baby cobra, full cobra, or up dog. So find a heart opener of your choice. Shoulders back and down. And then tabletop, hands and knees. From your hands and your knees, let's take spinal balance. So right arm forward, left leg back. We just did this on our belly a moment ago. Feel into that length. Reach through your fingers, reach through your heel or your toes. Long, strong line. Take one more inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee, round, hollow out. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Elbow to knee, exhale slowly. Inhale, lengthen. And last time, elbow to knee. All the way to emptiness. Inhale, reach long. As you exhale, half bow, reach your right arm back, bend your left knee, lift your heart if it is available only. You don't have to force it. Grab your foot or your ankle, kick. Foot in the hand, pull hand in the foot, lift your heart, hug in with your inner thighs, and breathe down into your belly. Soften your face, one last big deep breath. Slowly release, spinal balance, breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, set everything down. All right, bring your knees out just a little bit wider. And let's take a thread the needle posture, right arm out to the right, all the way up towards the sky. Breathe in here, and then exhale to thread your right arm through. Gently rest on the outside of your shoulder and head, and feel free to work it in any way you want to. Breathe into your back body a lot. Good job, friends. Last couple breaths. And then left hand to the ground if it's not there already. Inhale, unthread your right arm, reach it out and all the way up. Exhale, set your right hand down. Pick up your knees, downward facing dog. Hips high, spine long. Walk it out. Let's inhale our right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot through, low lunge. And then let's take it up today. I know this is a little different, but we're gonna move into a warrior one stance. So back heel pivots down. Your back toes face slightly out to the left and slightly forward. Feet are on 2 train tracks. Try to square off your hips as best you can. So right hip draws back, left hip draws forward. Toe on your low belly, lengthen your low spine, and lift your heart. Breathe. Take one more inhale here as you reach up. As you exhale, bring your hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down, shoulder blades squeeze towards your spine, reach your hands back, and maybe even a little back bend with your heart, lift your gaze. One more inhale here. Exhale, humble warrior. So you're gonna bow to the inside of your right knee. Keep your right knee tracking open towards your pinky toe, and keep wrapping your right butt cheek underneath your body as best you can. Stay rooted through your back foot. Round your spine, chin to chest, navel to spine, and then lift your knuckles as high as possible. Feel that opening in the front of your shoulders and breathe into it. Let your neck relax. You can even find your throat lock, Jalandhara Bandha. So really hear your breath moving through your throat powerfully. Take your last couple of rounds in humble warrior. And then at the bottom of your second exhalation, hands come to your low back, release your clasp. Bring your fingertips to the ground, walk them forward and float your back leg to the sky. So standing splits, left leg lifts, active through your left foot, maybe even spread your left toes. If you're feeling it, you can play for a moment. Maybe play with some handstand hops, maybe play with a balance of sorts. Take a couple more rounds in your standing splits. And then we're going to come back into a lunge position. So as you are ready, to step your left toes to the back of your mat again. This time, hands to the inside of your right foot. Walk your foot out nice and wide, and maybe even walk your right foot forward a little bit. Here are your options. You can either bring your back knee down, let your hips move closer to the ground, and try to lift your heart. So try to get your heart to look forward rather than down. Otherwise, you have the option to do the opposite. Lift your hips. Lower your heart. So you choose, or you can do a little bit of both, or if there's somewhere else you'd like to go, feel free. We'll be here for about 4 or 5 deep breaths. So allow yourself to feel, to be in sensation. It's only temporary, even if it's uncomfortable. Breathe into it, soften around it. Good job. You might rock a little bit forward, back, side to side. Last big, huge full body breath. All right, walk your right foot back to midline so you're framing it. And then tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. So you're in a low lunge. From low lunge, we're gonna walk our hands to the left long edge of our mat and parallel our feet. So wide-legged straddle position now. Halfway lift, breathe in. And then wherever you would like to go as you exhale, so you can either fold, maybe there's some way you want to play and move around. Wherever you choose to be, your breath is right there with you. It's holding you, it's supporting you from the inside. Good job, you guys. If you are working somewhere, start to slowly wrap it up. Let's come back to a halfway lift next inhalation, fingertips on the ground. Walk your hands forward, back to low lunge. Step your front foot back, plank position. Inhale at the top of your push-up and push the ground away. Exhale to slowly lower. Inhale to peel your heart open, shoulders back and down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a great big inhale as you lengthen. And exhale, look forward, step or hop forward, full top of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, bow and fold. And let's rise all the way up. Let's come up normally, but feel that length in your spine. Reach. Hands to heart, exhale. Inhale, arms to the sky. Side body stretch of your choice, either side first. Exhale. Through center, breathe in. And switch it up as you exhale. Up and over like a crescent moon with your body. Inhale, back up. Exhale, release and dive slowly down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back. Side plank. So root into your left hand, roll onto the baby toe edge of left foot, or absolutely left knee can come down if needed. Lift your hips really high. Maybe float your right leg up, maybe reach your right arm forward. So it's all you, your expression. Feel everything there is to feel here. Breathe into it. Soften around it. Last big full body breath. Plank or modified plank. Inhale at the top. Slowly lower as you exhale. All right, let's rest again on our belly. Forehead down, arms reach forward. Left arm and right leg. Lift your left arm and right leg. Not height. We're not going for height, we're going for length. Like you're being pulled apart, like you're being tractioned out. Reach, reach, reach. One more inhale. And let it go. Switch to the other side. So right arm, left leg. Like someone's pulling on your wrist and pulling on your ankle. Lift and lengthen. Reach, reach, reach. One more inhale. Exhale, let it go. Bring your hands to frame your mid-ribs. Lift up to your heart opener of choice. And then just a tabletop position as you're ready. So maybe quick child's pose, and then just find a strong, sturdy tabletop position. Spread your fingers and push into the ground. Take your left arm forward and your right leg back, spinal balance. So left arm, right leg, strong, straight, powerful line. Remember, not going for height. I don't care how high, but long, strong, powerful. Lengthen. Inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Use your core. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Elbow to knee. Exhale. All the way to emptiness. Inhale, reach. Last one. Elbow to knee. Empty all the way up. Inhale, reach. As you exhale, half bow, left arm reaches back, right knee bends. If it is available, grab your ankle or your foot, and then work your pose. Kick foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. Don't let your right knee shoot out to the right. Hug in with your inner thighs. Lift your heart. Breathe. Last big, huge full body breath. Back to your spinal balance. So inhale, realign. Exhale, lower. Take your knees out a little bit wider than your hips. Left arm out to the left and then all the way up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, thread your left arm through. Reach, reach, reach. Gently resting down on your shoulder and head. Taking a few big deep breaths right here. Just feeling your body in every way. Good job. If you do have your right hand lifted, in your next couple of breaths, bring it back to the ground. Next time you inhale, unthread your left arm, reach it out and all the way up one more time. Left hand down. Downward facing dog pose. All right. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step your left foot through. Warrior one, pivot your back heel down and rise up. So your back toes face slightly out to the right and slightly forward. There's a different stance than you have in a warrior two position. So you feel into that. Your legs are different. Your feet are placed differently. Square off your hips. Left hip pulls back, right hip draws forward. Bone in the belly. So if I'm not toning my belly, this is what happens. I just press my ribs way forward. So a little tone in the belly. And feel my low back get nice and long and support it. Breathe. Take one more inhale as you reach long through your side bodies. Exhale, hands behind your back, interlace. Invitation this time to switch them to one finger over. So it might feel a little bit funky. See if you can be with that. Shoulders back and down, reach your hands back if you can. Maybe lift your heart up if you want to. So just one more little add on if you want it. One more big inhale wherever you're at. And then humble warrior. So bow, left shoulder comes down towards the inside of your left knee. You keep reaching your knuckles up towards the sky. Chin to your chest, navel to your spine. Find Jalandhara Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha, all those locks. So at the bottom of each exhale, everything squeezes as you empty out. Work the pose with your breath. Keep tracking your front knee open towards your pinky toe. Keep wrapping your front butt cheek underneath your body. Take one more huge deep breath. Bottom of your exhale, hands to low back. And then release your clasp slowly. Okie doke, standing split. So hands bring your front foot, walk them forward and lift your back leg to the sky. Right leg lifts. And I don't care about height. Again, go for length, strength, energy in your right toes. See if you can spread them. If you want to play, you can play. Maybe handstand hops on this side. Maybe Shiva squats. Maybe playing with balance in some way. So it's all you. Couple more breaths. And then we'll meet back in a low lunge position. So step your right toes all the way back. Bring your hands to the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot out wide. And bring your back knee down gently. All right, so you know your options. You can lower your hips, lift your heart like I'm doing here. Or you can lift your hips, lower your heart. So up to you, or you can do a little bit of both, or if you've got something else completely, that's fine with me. Spacious breaths. Take a couple more. Soft through your face, your jaw. And then start to come back to a regular low lunge. So from wherever you're at, work your left foot back to midline, lift your back knee. And then we're going to walk our hands over to the right long edge of our yoga mat, coming into our wide-legged straddle position on the other side. Find a halfway lift as you inhale. And then absolutely anywhere you like to take it as you exhale. So maybe it's a fold, maybe it's a twist, headstand, handstand hops. You choose. Wherever you go, is your breath there? Can you feel it? Good job, you guys. Take a couple more rounds, working wherever you're working. Finish up. And then let's come back to a halfway lift. So inhale, halfway lift. And then walk your hands to the top of your space again, low lunge. Step your front foot back, plank. Inhale and push the ground away. Exhale, lower slowly. Lift your heart as you breathe in, shoulders back and down. Lift your hips as you breathe out, downward facing dog. Walk it out in your down dog, feel into all that length, all that space. One more big in breath. And then exhale, gaze forward, step or hop, top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, let it go. Let's rise all the way up. Big stretch to the top, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. Okie doke, working with our balance. Right foot roots, lift your left knee, standing staff. And then from here, we're going to come into a tree pose. So open your left knee out. You can use your hand if it's helpful to place your foot on your leg. When you're ready, extend your arms to the sky. So sole of your foot can be on your inner thigh, inner calf, inner ankle. Try not to press it really firmly into your knee joints, just a little too much pressure. So imagine you're zipping a zipper up through your midline. Everything is hugging and lengthening. If you want to play with a little bit of movement through your upper body, go for it. Otherwise, just slow deep breaths and focus gaze. And this is just for funsies, so be playful with it. We're going to slowly transition from tree pose into a balancing half moon. So however you want to make that transition, but make it as graceful as you can. So right hand eventually reaches down, left leg extends back, and left arm reaches up, so everything opens now. And if you didn't get there in a beautiful, graceful way, no worries. Meet us there. Find your way there however you need to. Strong through your back leg. Press through your back foot. Take one last breath. And then let's see if we can land in a warrior two. So bend your front knee and step your left foot back. Warrior two stance. Once you're there, take a moment to adjust if needed. Let's reverse our warrior. So reach up, reach back. Bend your right knee and track it towards your pinky toe. Feel the length of your right side. If there's any variation you want to work into, feel free. Couple more breaths. Come back to your warrior two. Straighten your front leg. And maybe shorten your stance by just an inch or so. So moving towards triangle, imagine your hips are being pulled back as you reach forward. So hips reach back, right fingertips reach forward, and then the only thing that has to shift is your arms, right hand towards the ground, left towards the sky. You could also use a block under your right hand. You could also reach your left arm forward. If you like that variation with both arms forward and you can hold the integrity of the pose, go for it. Big, spacious, full body breaths, couple more. And slowly, my friends, from here, we're just going to push into our feet and come back up to a standing position. Pivot all of your toes to face towards the long edge of your mat. And then once your feet are parallel, bring your heels in, point your toes out, bend your knees. Wide-legged squat position, hands to your thighs. So make sure your ankles are pretty much straight down from your knees, and if you need to, adjust. Stick your butt out, reach your heart forward, inhale. And then as you exhale, let's take a little twist towards the back. Dip your right shoulder down, gaze over left. Hold for a full round. And then inhale through center, switch. Twist to the front, full round of breath, hold, stay low in your legs, breathe. Inhale, center, one more time, a little faster. Exhale to the back. Knees nice and wide. Inhale, center. Exhale to the front. Okay, now this is going to be funky, you guys. See if you can bring your fingertips to the ground. We're going to come into a frog pose, so however you need to get there. But what it looks like is pretty much what we're doing, but we're going to lay it on its front. So just tip yourself over to your front however you need. You want the inner edges of your feet pressing into the ground. Your inner knees are against the ground. And you're trying to press your butt back behind you, back towards your feet. So rather than rocking your body forward, gently press your butt back. Keep a flex in your toes. We'll be here for about 5 more breaths. Hopefully, this isn't too much on your knees. If it is and you need extra cushion, you can do whatever you need to take care of yourself. Keep gently pressing your butt back behind you. Flexion in your feet. It's like you're standing on an invisible wall with your feet. Woo-wee. Open mouth size at any time. Last couple breaths. This is uncomfortable. Welcome to the club. And then from here, you guys just come up to your hands if you're not there already. Kind of ease your knees back together. And then turn your body to face forward so you're in a tabletop position facing towards the front of your mat. And then whatever would feel good. So maybe cat, cows, hip circles, child's pose. Feel, explore, neutralize. Breathe. And what is your body calling for? And in your next few rounds, transition back to your downward facing dog. So you can move through a vinyasa if you want to, or just take it right back to down dog. No big deal, nothing too fancy. And reconnect. Your breath, your body. What's going on inside? Big inhalation as you push the ground away. And then gaze forward, step or float, top of your space. Maybe I already told you to come forward. I can't remember, to be honest. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. And then let's take it all the way up, rise, arms overhead. Hands to heart, exhale. Nice job, you guys. All right, let's balance this time on our left foot. So left foot is your base, lift your right knee. Find your balance, focus your gaze. And as you're ready, open up your hip. So point your knee out to the right and pitch your foot on your leg. And when you're ready, you can grow your branches as well. So press foot into leg, leg into foot. Zip that zipper up. Foot can be pressing into any part of your leg. Just try not to press it too hard into your knee joint. Couple more breaths. Notice where your own imbalance is. So for me, I find that I usually tend to stick out my butt. So I'm trying my best to tone my belly, lengthen my low back. Tiny little tug of my tailbone. And then remember that fun transition into our half moon. So whenever you're ready, see if you can come into your half moon from tree pose slowly and gracefully. Just be playful with it. If you need to get there some other way, absolutely fine. Once you're in your half moon, be there, breathe there, work this pose. Feel the opening in the front of your hips, front of your heart. Feel all the spaciousness inside of you. Feel the strength in your back leg. Imagine you're trying to stomp your back foot on an invisible wall. Last round. And then warrior two, bend your front knee. See if you can land softly. If not, no big deal. Take a moment and adjust as needed. Warrior two stance. Reverse warrior. Front palm rotates up, reach back, and lengthen your left side. Bend deeply into your left knee and drag it towards your pinky toe. If there's any variation you want to take, go for it. Big deep breaths. And bottom of your next exhale, let's come back into warrior two and set up for triangle. So straighten front leg, shorten your stance just the teeniest, tiniest bit. Imagine your hips are being pulled back. At the same time, you're reaching your left fingertips forward. So hips get pulled back, left fingertips reach forward. Left hand to the ground, right arm to the sky. Everything is nice and open, your heart, your hips. Any variation you want to take, feel free. Just make sure you can breathe and you can still hold the integrity of the pose. Feel everything there is to feel. Slow, steady. Nothing forced or aggressive. But allow yourself to be with a little bit of discomfort, knowing that it's only temporary. Last breath or two. And then let's Meet back in a standing position, so press into your feet and rise. Pivot your toes to face forward, and then pivot your heels and toes out. Bend your knees. Wide-legged squat once again. We'll do the same thing we did before, just a little bit faster. So inhale, stick your butt out, heart forward. Exhale, twist towards the back of your mat, all the way to emptying your breath. Inhale, come through center. Switch to the other side, so switch and twist forward all the way to empty. We'll do that once more each way. Inhale, center. Exhale to the back. I'm going to turn just so I'm facing you guys. Inhale, center. Exhale to the front. Okay, now listen, inhale, center. We're doing the same thing we did before. So put your hands down, and however you need to make that transition into your floor frog. But guess what? We're gonna stay in floor frog for about 5 rounds, and we're gonna switch it up. So find floor frog, push your butt gently behind you, push it back. Flex your toes, inner edges of your feet and inner knees are against the ground. Notice if it feels like your belly is giving out and you have a big kind of sagging in your belly and your low back kind of hurts, draw your belly button in and up. So find the most neutral spine you can here. And then after about 5 breaths in your floor frog, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna just kind of crawl our body out a little bit more and then let our hips come down, lift our feet, soles of your feet together, knees wide. You can rest your head to either side, or you can use your hands as a little pillow for your head. So you've got the soles of your feet together and your knees wide. Now I want you to try to keep your feet together and press the inner edges of your feet towards the ground. So if somebody was there with you, like if I was there with you right now, I'd be taking both of your feet together, pushing them down towards the ground. So see if you can do that yourself as best you can, just using the awareness and the strength in your legs. Press the inner edges of your feet towards the ground and breathe. Good job, friends. Take about 2-3 more breaths here. Inner edges of your feet work their way closer to the ground. Keep pressing the soles of your feet together. And then hands frame your midribs. Just slowly ease your way up. Ooh. Bring your knees kind of towards one another, and then rotate your body to face forward again. Cat cow it out. Child's pose it out. Whatever would feel good. Child's pose feels really nice, in my opinion. And then in your next couple of breaths, downward facing dog, you can move through a vinyasa to get there if you want to. Inhale, right leg high, 3-legged dog. Pigeon pose, right shin to the top of your mat, gently come down. So take as much time as you need to set up your pigeon, and then start your journey, just melting into it breath by breath. If you want to take this in a seat or on your back instead, please do. Just notice whatever's there, even if it's uncomfortable. And take about 3 more deep breaths in your pigeon, 3 or 4. And then in your own way, start a transition back to down dog. So you can get there however you want. If you want to come with me, I'm gonna take it back to a 3-legged dog. Give my right leg a nice little shake out. And then I am even gonna flip my dog. So if you're feeling a flip dog, wild thing, go for it. Eventually everyone downward facing dog, just walk it out. If you want to move through your own vinyasa, kind of reset, please do. Left leg high, breathe in. Left shin forward as you breathe out. And set your body up. With awareness, with intention. Left butt cheek pulls back and up as your heart moves forward and down. Big spacious breaths. Give yourself a few more rounds on this side. Tie out your mouth at any time. I'll just leave it up to you. When you feel pretty even on both sides, start to find your way back to one final down dog. So you could come with me into a 3-legged dog again if you want, and flip your dog one more time on this side. Only if it will serve you, you do not have to. So do whatever your body is calling for, whatever will benefit you most. Eventually down dog or child's pose, and if you want one last vinyasa, now would also be your time to move through that. Just feel everything. Feel yourself as not just a physical being, but an energetic being. All that energy flowing through. And then in your next couple of rounds, however you want to get there, find your way onto your back. Go slowly all the way down onto your back, hug your knees in and rock side to side. Once you are on your back, friends, let's just move into a supine spinal twist of your choice and go to either side first. Gaze up or over your left shoulder. Breathe down into your belly. And see if you can allow yourself to put off the rest of your day just a little bit longer. So I know when we start to cool down, it's easy to start thinking of what you're going to do as soon as this class ends. I do the same thing, but see if you can just be here and feel your body, even if it makes you anxious, even if it makes you bored. Just be right here. And then in your next couple of rounds, switch to the other side. I think it's so funny because some people get really anxious when they go slow, like in a restore class, people get more anxious than they would in a power class. Some people are the opposite, they just want to relax all the time and power makes them anxious. So just start to notice what feels comfortable for you, what makes you a little uncomfortable. And not judging and not thinking that there's anything wrong with it, but just getting curious about it. Huh, that's so interesting. When I'm still and slow, I actually get more anxious. Or when I'm moving around a lot, I'm actually more bored than when I'm still. So no right or wrong, just observation and curiosity. We are all experiencing something different, even though we're doing the same thing. Start to tune in more into your body. What is your body trying to communicate and tell you? If you don't listen, of course, you'll never know how to connect with your body. When you feel even on both sides, come back to center. Give your knees one last big squeeze. An invitation for a happy baby pose, or if there's any other pose, if there's any other movements or stretches that you feel like your body really needs, give yourself a moment to move through them. And then eventually just start to find your way into your final resting pose, your final relaxation. And I'll read to you as you make that transition. So this is by Jeff Foster. It's from one of my favorite books of his, Falling in Love with Where You Are. It's called Underneath the Labels. We label everything and everyone, the plants, the animals, the stars, even our own intimate feelings. Sadness, we call it, anger, fear, boredom, confusion. These are all secondhand words picked up when we were young, but underneath the labels, prior to the abstract language, there is a profoundly alive mystery, unspeakable, unable to be captured by thought. Without our mind-made descriptions of experience, do we really have any way of knowing what we are experiencing? Take away the label sadness, and what is alive here? Take away the description anger, and what is this raw, passionate energy we feel? Stop calling an emotion positive or negative, right or wrong, healthy or unhealthy. And what happens? Come back to the raw sensation of life, the present moment dance of the body. What is this unfiltered, dynamic, raw life energy? Can we touch life before the labels? This is the river of life, my friends, sacred, intimate, familiar, and we are inseparable from its flow. Every thought, sensation, feeling, image is infused with the mystery of the universe. Shavasana. Take a great big deep breath in. Let it go. And just slowly start to wiggle your fingers, toes, come back into your physicality. And as you are ready, roll to either side, fetal position, and give yourself just a moment there. As you rest on your side, notice those energies, those raw sensations, not needing to label them, not needing to call them bad or good or right or wrong or even pleasant or unpleasant, but just feeling whatever's there as sensation, as energy. It's part of you, energy moving through you, the life that you are connected to. Use your arms to guide yourself up into a seat. Just gather your hands to your heart center. Bow your head to your heart in acknowledgement and gratitude. Thank yourself for taking time to show up on your mat and do your practice, to intentionally connect with yourself in a deeper way. Thank you so much for letting me guide you. Namaste. Love you guys.
Love you too. That
Thanks,
was
Katie.
awesome.
It's great.
Wendy, are you going to join us from Japan?
I'm going to, well, I definitely will join via video, but it is 15 or
Maybe not-
16 hours ahead.
Yeah,
so
maybe
we'll,
not live.
we'll
Maybe not at
see.
3 a.m. in the morning or whatever.
Well, if I don't get used to the jet lag, then maybe I will.
Yeah, maybe for the first week you can join us in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Well, I have
right,
one
you
more week
guys.
before I
All right.
leave. So I'm here for a bit. Okay.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you.
Okay.
Have a good day. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye.